GOP strategist James Norton. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it. James, I'll start with you on this. Trump's trip to Asia. He left today. Everybody's watching to see, kind of white-knuckled, I think, in the administration. What is he going to do? What is he going to say? What do we need to look for on his trip to Asia? What are the key things that need to happen?
You know, I'd imagine he's probably going to use some blunt language, and I think that's...
No!
Yeah. That's pretty much just standard. I think he had some pretty blunt language on one of his first trips to Germany when he was talking to NATO about NATO stepping up and needing to...
But is that going to incite North Korea, though? I mean, is that the concern, that language that he uses? You know, he's going to be over in that area, that people are really watching what North Korea is doing.
Well, I think the important part of the trip is he actually is going to China and he's meeting with the Chinese from here, and I think the alliance there with the U.S. and the Chinese is actually critical. Obviously, we have a tight alliance with the Japanese, but I think, you know, working with the Chinese to try to triangulate North Korea and South Korea, I think is a smart move, and I think it's one that, you know, both sides approve at this point. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Let's talk about the Russia indictments, of course. That was the big thing everybody was waiting for on Monday, James.
That seemed like a long time ago, didn't it?
It does. I'm like, was that Monday?
It was Monday.
Tell me your thoughts on what came out with that and what everybody's going to be watching for from here on out.
You know, I think... obviously, the talking points seem to be about it happened before the campaign, but I think there's no doubt that it's definitely a political blow to the administration in the sense that it does hurt politically. It will hurt on Capitol Hill. I think it starts a clock a little bit in the sense of kind of what's next, but I think in D.C. it's all about hurry up and wait. So I think we have to kind of see how this progresses a little bit.
There's been so much focus, too, when you talk about not trusting political parties. You know, the president would like us to talk about, and we have, about Donna Brazile, the whole issue with the DNC, the fact that there was certainly, in her estimation, some sort of, there was a signed agreement with the Hillary Clinton campaign saying, you're going to control the reins. I don't think a lot of people are surprised by this, James.
You know, I think one thing about the Democratic Party is that they have superdelegates, and I think the superdelegate issue is almost more important than anything else.
Empowers senators, governors, these Democrats in positions of power that have a little more pull than typical delegates.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost just as many superdelegates as there are, you know, delegates in the states.
Yeah.
So if you had that many, which Hillary Clinton essentially had, it was almost over before it started. I think the disclosure by Donna Brazile today is important, but I think, you know, it's also not a surprise either. You know, this is a political campaign. People are going to pick sides. Staffers at the RNC and DNC have opinions on who they want to support.
Oh, sure.
So I'm not shocked by that.
And let's be honest, if the RNC had their say, it wouldn't have been President Donald Trump, at least in the early going. So.
Sure, 100%. I mean, there was plenty of establishment Republicans.
And James Norton, thank you both for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Good to see you both.
Thanks, guys.